Hi everyone, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. Today we're going to review this 2022, that's right, brand spanking new 2022 Newmar Dutch Star, my favorite floor plan, 4369. So if this is something that you like our videos, you like the way we do them, please give us a like and a follow, and you'll get notifications when we do more videos, and we'll keep you informed on all the latest and greatest RVs out there. All right, that's our only commercial. This isn't going to break for commercial or anything, so we don't do the ads inside our videos where you get interrupted and everything, so I hope you appreciate that. We're actually going to start in the living room area here. Now there's a few different configurations you can do with the 4369. This particular one kind of maximized the sleeping space for a 4369. We did the hide-a-bed sofa here, and that's a big long sofa. You can stretch out on that. That opens up into a hide-a-bed. Two people can sleep on a queen-size hide-a-bed there, and then across from it we actually have the jackknife sofa, and yes, that can also be opened up with at the same time as the hide-a-bed. At one time there wasn't enough room to do that and still have any aisleway left at all, and in some floor plans you couldn't open them both at the same time. This one you can, and you still have about this much space between them even when both are in bed position, so if you need to come and go, you certainly can. That's a great feature. Now you can also do this, if somebody wanted to, you can order this with either recliners over here where the main sofa is, or like theater seating. The recliners would have a little table between them. That's one of my favorite setups, but like I said, this really gives you more sleeping space. All right, so let's get to some of the storage. Your overhead cabinets, by the way, this is the Mirage decor, and then these are sable maple hardwood cabinets, and they are all hardwood. This isn't, you know, most RVs, the doors would be solid wood, and then the stiles and everything would be a wrapped wood. This is not. This is all solid hardwood, and this is all one cabinet. Notice the way the doors stay up on their own. They have their own little struts, so you don't have to hold it up with one hand and load with the other. Also, this is a lined cabinet in here, which helps keep things from sliding around, but I think just as importantly, it also keeps things from rattling around. One of my pet peeves is when you're going down the road and you've got something chattering in the cabinets. It can, you know, on a long trip, that can drive you nuts. So there's our cabinets over the dinette. We did option in the Euro booth dinette on this. It does have drop-in leaves. This pulls. Sure it does. So that pulls out. There's leaves in the back that go in there to make this bigger, and then there's two folding chairs that match this decor under the bed. So it makes it very nice if you do end up having some guests in here. This does not make a bed. Now I know a lot of times people like a booth to make a bed, but the truth is we kind of have to pick between comfort and functionality. And if we make this so it makes a bed, it's really not a comfortable place to sit. This Euro booth, if you sit in this is real furniture. This sits nice. It sits like a sofa sits, and this is a very comfortable spot. So the other thing people I know sometimes get concerned about is, well, I don't fit in a booth. If you're a bigger person, there's a lot of space here. I mean, a lot of space here. So I don't think anybody's going to have much trouble fitting in this booth and having a lot of space. So that's how we've optioned this one in. These are sable maple. I think I said that, and this is the high gloss wood. One of the things we're going to talk about when we get outside is the paint on here. We actually special ordered this paint, so this will be unique. This is one of one. We've done these colors before, but never in this scheme. It came out phenomenally. I love the paint on here. We keep getting these 2022 Newmars in, and the paint just, a Bay Star was an amazing paint job a couple of weeks ago that we did a video on, and now this, and I think you'll agree when you see the outside, it looks really, really good. So let's talk about some of the storage options over the other sofa. We have cabinet here, one in the middle for your AV stuff. That's where your satellite receiver would go. This coach is equipped with not only Samsung televisions and a Bose soundbar, but it also has an in-motion satellite on the roof. So you can subscribe to Dish Network or DirecTV, get in-motion satellite, and that's where your satellite receiver would go. Also, if you wanted to put in like a Blu-ray player or something like that, that's also the cabinet that is all prepared for that. Our main television here, you hit a button over on the driver's side here. Buttons there, because that's where you'd be sitting. And then the magic happens over here. So this is your main television. So if it's just two people sitting around watching television at night, your viewing angle is going to be perfect, because even if you spin the driver's chair around, that's going to be a good view from the booth back there. Obviously from the sofa, you're going to have a tremendous view of this Samsung television. If, however, you have guests over and they're sitting here and you're trying to watch the football game and their big heads are in the way, okay, that's not good. So what we did is we did option in the secondary TV here. People always ask, why 2 TVs? That's why 2 TVs. All right, let's get to the kitchen. This has the pull-out. Obviously, all beautiful Corian done right in-house at Newmar. Oh, everybody always asks me for the price. Well, I can give you the MSRP, the sale price you're going to have to call me for. The MSRP on this coach is $555,507. So we'll talk about some of the options and everything that are on this coach, but that is the base price of this. Obviously, we discount our coaches. We'll give you a very competitive price. Give us a call and we'll get you that price. So this pushes in, and then there's a little electric lock up here. There it is, and you hit that and that releases it. Just gives you that extra countertop space when you need it, but when it's time to go down the road, this disappears. We have 2 nice sized drawers here, and these are all the soft closed drawers. And then we have this drawer, which has your silverware tray in it, and then 2 drawers like this. The drawer below it is exactly the same as that one. Got a pull down here under the sink. This opens up. Here's our trash can. Room for a secondary trash can and another little pull out here for whatever you want to put there. And then there's a little slot back there. It's kind of hard to see. Back on the left-hand side of that cabinet, that's a little slot where you put these Corian sink and stove inserts when you're not using them. So these things, they go right in there, so they're safe. This is a double bowl stainless undermount sink with a pull-out sink sprayer. Then we also have an induction cooktop. Now, one thing you get when you step up to this level of coach is this is an all-electric coach. There is no propane on this coach. So that means we have an electric cooktop instead of a gas cooktop. If you're not familiar with induction, it's a very quick way of heating. It's actually faster than gas. And you do have to use special pans, but you can get them anywhere now. These have cutting boards on the back too, that's nice. And it heats up very quickly, but the surface really doesn't get very hot. Now it'll have some transfer of heat from the pan back to it, but once you shut that off very quickly, it's back to a normal temperature. It's not like the regular electric cooktops where you walk by and put your hand on it and you're going to be scarred. Last year they made the window bigger for the kitchen window in the Dutch Star. And let's get to some of the upper cabinets here. So I'm just going to, let me duck out of the camera scene here. There we go. Newmar utilizes every little nook and cranny to give you as much storage space as possible. They put a shelf and a drawer in that one, which makes it nice. I love the little spice rack up above the microwave. And then another cabinet with a shelf, and those shelves are adjustable, so you get to set your own height. All right, let's shut these. This is a 30-inch convection microwave oven from Whirlpool, so it can cook like an oven or it can cook like a microwave, either one. All right, as we come back to the kitchen, to the rest of the kitchen, we have the Whirlpool refrigerator, LED lighting, freezer with ice maker below. All right, and then an awesome sized pantry that is lit. There are 6 pull-out drawers in there, also adjustable in height. So even though this coach has a lot of things we're going to talk about back in the bathroom and all of that that make it special, they didn't skimp on the kitchen. A lot of times when you get a great rear bathroom or something, they had to skimp on the pantry or put a small fridge in it, something along those lines. It fits in here very well. So this is a bath and a half coach. So in this little area, we have our half bath. This is the bathroom you would utilize going down the road. Your guest would utilize it without having to come through your bedroom to get to the bathroom. So I'm going to open up some of the cabinets to show some of the storage now. This coach does have a central vac in it also. I'll leave that one closed. So storage above and below the sink, and then on the right hand side there, that's really going to be your circuit breakers and fuses in that cabinet. So that's more of a service compartment than a storage compartment. Don't put your toilet paper in there with all the electrical connections. Things might get bad. So central vac, and it does have both the hose attachment for it that'll reach from the front to the back of the coach, and it also has the little, I call it a power dustpan. You just kind of sweep it up there, lift it with your foot, and sweep the dirt right in. It's a nice feature. One nice feature when you get up to the Dutch Star level 2 is this coach has no carpet in it, zero zip zilch. So get a shot down here under the booth, Troy, and that's what we have, no carpet. Now, you see less and less carpet these days in coaches, but it's really hard with polished porcelain tile to do zero. They did zero, and that's a wonderful feature. People love that. By the way, this is a heated floor. So you get up in the morning, it's a little chilly, you actually will have nice warm tiles throughout the coach, which makes things nice. And if it's not real cold out, you can actually heat with that, and that's a very silent way of heating your coach. There's a few ways we can heat this coach. So we can heat it with the electric tile heat. I can't spit that out. Floor heat. Thank you. And you can also heat it with the heat pumps, because the 3 air conditioners do have heat pumps built into them, so we can heat it that way. Both of those ways are using the electricity from the campground as opposed to using any of your fuel. And then the last way, if it gets really cold, you would need to use the hydronic heater. That's our Oasis system. If you're not familiar with hydronic heating, type into YouTube Mount Comfort RV hydronic heating. We did a whole video just on that, and we've gotten a lot of good play on that, and I explain hydronic heating pretty in depth on that, so you'll fully understand it. But it's just basically another system that uses either diesel fuel or electricity to heat the coach, and in your extremes, that's what you would need. Also, with hydronic heating, you get unlimited hot water. It's hot water on demand, and if you're hooked up at the campground and you can get rid of your gray water and you want to do laundry and take a shower at the same time, well, take a 40-minute shower. You're not going to run out, so it makes things great. All right, let's move on to the bedroom. We have a king bed with a sleep number mattress on this. This is a 3-slide coach, by the way, but the slide on the driver's side is a full wall slide. It literally goes from here on this bathroom wall all the way to the driver's seat. So it's a huge slide. So really, even though it's a 3-slide, it has more space than a 4-slide coach would have, because there's just no interruption to this slide whatsoever. Your other slide is the kitchen, and then you have the bed slide here as well. So we don't have to show those, but just so you know what you're looking at when you see the coach. To partition this off, we have a pocket door here. And these lock in place when they're either fully open or fully closed. So we have a pocket door here. We also have one going back into the bathroom. So you do have true privacy on this coach whenever you're ready to call it a night. All right, above, I'm going to open 2 of these. The other 2 look the exact same. So there's an outlet. We always make note of that. Up in that cabinet, that's a 120 volt residential outlet. There's also a little plug right here to allow us to drop down tubes for a CPAP machine. So you can do either or. You can do both. You can do his and hers CPAPs if you want to. So that cabinet is prepared for that, or if you don't have that, you can just have storage. This is a padded headboard also, and your windows on either side, and of course they're dual pane windows. The windows on either side do open. If you are having a nice night and you want to get some fresh air, you can certainly do that. 4369 is great for storage as well, for a couple of reasons. Number one, they gave you 2 closets like this. I'll just show the one, but there's another one on the other side of the television here. So great wardrobes here, and then they give you 5 drawers like this. Okay, so next, when we're talking about storage, one of the great things they did, they made this bathroom area bigger. And normally when you have a washer and dryer in a coach like we do here, okay, it's usually in the back closet, and you lose, I don't know, a third of your closet. That's not the case here, because, sorry about putting my arm in front of the camera, because they brought the washer dryer out here, we still get the entire back closet. So that's why so many full-timers love this floor plan. If you're spending extended time in the coach, this is a floor plan to consider for sure. You have the shoe rack in the back wall. You have shelves on both sides. You have a safe back here for your precious belongings, and then you have hanging space across there. And you still have the 5 drawers and the other 2 wardrobes. So lots of storage for extended stays. The other thing people like is you do have the Jack and Jill, his and hers, hers and hers, his and his, whatever. We have 2 sinks back here. It makes it very nice. We have on either side, everybody gets their own medicine cabinet too. So, and there's an outlet back there in that one to plug in the little razor, that type of thing. So, yeah. Great size mirror. yeah, it's impossible to do this without getting in the shot. So just own it, Troy. You're in the movie. Great lighting back here. We do have a cathedral ceiling when you step back into this back part also. All right, and then what really sells this coach probably more than anything else is the size of this shower. I mean, come on. This is just crazy. It is a ridiculous size shower. So yeah, it's all beautiful Corian in here as well. You have the grab handle. We have the bench to sit down to shave your legs. You have the rain shower head up here, plus the handheld. Plus it has the water miser feature. That's a nice feature, so you don't have to run water down your drain to allow it to get hot. It can be hot as soon as you turn it on. Next, and again, this is a feature that we've done good long videos on just this one feature, but this is the emergency egress door. So instead of having a window that you dive out head first and probably not stick the landing, they actually came up with a door a few years ago. This only opens from the inside. It can't be opened from the outside. And aesthetically, it looks good on the outside. It doesn't hurt the coach. You open that up, you pull this little tab right here, and that reveals a ladder, a telescoping ladder that comes out of there, and you can safely get down to the ground. So really makes a difference when you want to talk about, you know, ways you would have to exit a coach in a hurry. This is on the opposite side of the entry door, which is good in the event of an accident. Obviously, if there was, God forbid, ever a fire or anything like that, it's good to have an entrance at the front and one at the back that you can relatively easily get out of quickly. All right, so we've hit the main features. I could talk for 2 hours about a Dutch Star, but we've hit the main features with it opened up. Let's take a look at how this coach looks when we close it up. Okay, so now we are all closed up. This is in going down the road mode now, and this one still has a lot of room for these big RVs. You get these big RVs with multiple slides. Everybody loves as many slides as possible, but what goes in or what goes out must come in, and sometimes it can make it kind of cramped going down the road. This is not. You know, you walk right through here. Great space here. What you really need to get to going down the road, generally, is the refrigerator in the bathroom. Okay, so they're right here across from one another. This is easy enough. Nice wide entry into the bathroom. Okay, and also refrigerator. I can get in this side. Kind of have to. It grabbed me. The doorknob grabbed my microphone or my battery pack. Get into this side, and then also into the pantry. So all of the things you would need to get to going down the road, you can easily do. Troy's even sitting on the bed right now. You could easily, if you want to take a little nap while somebody's driving, not the driver, no napping if you're the driver, but if you want to take a little nap, you obviously could do that. So that's what we have here going down the road. I wanted to wait until we got the slides in to show off the cockpit here. So one of the neat things about this coach is we did option in the 360 camera. So what the 360 camera is it gives you the same effect as if there was a drone flying overhead and looking down from the sky. So here's our coach from a drone's view. Now, it took me a minute to figure out how they actually did this, but it's very cool. What you have on the outside, and I'll show you those when we do the outside walk around, is you have a camera on all four sides. It's a wide angle camera that in the corners here, the computer actually stitches the images together. So they're actually taken from, I don't know, 7-8 feet off the ground, shooting out, and then this image in the middle here, this is computer generated. That is not really the top of our motorhome. It's a reasonable facsimile of the top of our motorhome. But what is accurate is these corners here are actually the corners of our coach. And when you're tootling around the parking lot, or you're in the gas station and you want to know how close to that yellow post you are, you can see it on this camera. So it's not really used to going down the road. I don't think you'd use the 360 all that much. But in the tight areas where people, if they have an accident, it usually happens at, you know, less than 2 miles an hour because they hit something in the gas station, you can actually see all around you. And I'm going to demonstrate that. I'm going to walk all the way around the coach. Troy's going to keep the camera focused on this right here. You'll see me go all the way around it, and I'll stay real close. In fact, I'll keep a hand on the coach as I go around, just so you can see how accurate it is. But I will be close enough to touch the coach all the way around. So here we go. Down the driver's side. And up front. So I think you can see how handy that would be in the campground situation. When you're backing in and there's how close are you to that picnic table or the fire ring or to, like I said, to the gas pump? That 360 camera can definitely save you from scraping up your coach, and that's a beautiful thing. All digital dash, and all your controls are now in here instead of having quite as many buttons on the dash. You have tire pressure monitoring. Your comfort drive control is in here. If you're not familiar with comfort drive, it's what makes Newmar's drive better than any other diesel pusher out there. Don't believe me? Come take a test drive. I think talk is cheap, we'll prove it. Again, we've done separate videos on comfort drive specifically. If you want to know, see us driving it, if you want to see how it works and what it does for you, please look up Mount Comfort RV Comfort Drive on YouTube and you will see it. Okay, we're going to go back to our radio here. This does your radio, this does your navigation. It's all in here. It's your camera control. That is all integrated into this system here. So nice setup. These are our controls for the adjustable pedals. You can start the generator from here. We control our shades, our fans. That's all up here. Our heating and cooling for the front of the coach, the dash heating and cooling, if you will, is done right here in the middle. To the driver's left, you have the transmission control and the leveling jacks here. So all the shades in this coach are power, and you have two different types of shades at each window. You have the what we call the day shade here, which you can still kind of see what's going on outside your campsite, but yet people can't see in during the day. At night they would be able to see in when you light it up in here, so you actually have a blackout shade just like this at every window as well. So I think that gives us a pretty good grasp on the inside of our Dutch Star. I promised you a beautiful paint job. Let's go take a look at it. Before we open all the compartments and show you what's inside, I just wanted you to get I'm stepping out of the camera. I just want you to get a good view of this paint because I think it's awesome. Like I said, this is one of one. We customized this off some colors that we had done a previous year's coach on. But the blacks, the silvers, they're outstanding. All right, just wanted you to get a good view of that. Let's get this coach opened up. All right, Troy tells me I'm at 19% battery, so we got to get a move on. We're going to go around this fairly quickly. Up front, we have our generator. Because this is a 43-footer, you can get the third air conditioner on. In fact, the third air conditioner is standard. And when you have 3 airs, you want the 10 kW diesel gen. That's the big boy. That's what this is. Also, this coach has a pull-out generator, so it makes it so much easier to service and, quite frankly, better for me to show. We have a hot water spigot up here because hot water cleans bugs off of windshields better than cold water. Air horns are in here as well, and that's pretty much our main features up in the generator compartment. As we come around the coach, keep in mind this does have the diamond shield on it. This protects against small rocks and bugs. We have our flagpole holder. There's an adapter that fits in here, and you can fly your colors. These are the turn signal activated cameras, so when you're changing lanes on the interstate, you can see what's in your blind spot. This is not the 360 camera. Let's show you as we go around. I'll try to point out the 360 camera right up here above the windshield. That's our 360 camera for the front end. All right. This coach does have the stainless package on it, so these steps that are covered in white right now, that'll be that nice mirrored finish when we get this coach ready for you. Aluminum wheels, and they are the big ones. Those are the 365, 70-yard, 22.5 tires. I'm sorry, I'm in the shot. But those are the big boys. Just a little bit more rubber and air between you and the ground. That's just going to make it ride that much better. When you step up to the Dutch Star, you also get independent front suspension, which is going to absorb the bumps much better than a straight rail chassis. We can fill the fuel from either side of this coach. When we come back here, this is our refrigerator freezer, and they've added a shelf above it this year, which I just love. Anytime you can just add that much more storage. It's great. Look how far out this pulls, so that even if this slide out were out, this is far enough. This is either a refrigerator or a freezer, either one. We did not put a tray in this compartment. It's a great pass-through right in the middle of the coach and the bridge beam portion of the coach, and you have tremendous height there all the way through. This pull-out tray goes out either side, but you got to keep in mind, whatever you put on here, if the tray is going to function, it can't be any taller than that rail. So that's why we don't like putting trays in every single compartment, because you do lose some height with them. Our another Samsung TV tied to a Bose soundbar. This tilts down, this articulates back and forth. All right, as we come back, we have another big, it's not quite a pass through here, but it's most of the way through. You can see in there, you have on the left, you have your tools for the central vac, and right there beside that are some extra floor tiles from the same batch. So if you ever dropped a skillet and broke a tile, it can easily be replaced and look factory new. Our water holding tanks are behind here. Most coaches don't even give you a storage compartment here, but Newmar said, you know, we've got 6 inches there. Let's put a little shelf in there and give them some extra storage. That's what they did. Newmar floors, they're this thick. Compare that to the competition. They're this thick. People always want to talk about how well insulated their coach is and their doors and all that, but you're only as strong as your weakest point when it comes to insulation. The Newmar floors are thick and full of insulation. Most diesel pushers out there have really thin floors in them. And which one are you going to trust when the weather really gets cold? Back here, we're kind of getting beside the engine, so you're going to get some more industrial type stuff. This is our DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. That's part of the after treatment for emissions. And then behind here, these are our chassis batteries. That's what actually starts the engine. We'll come back to the back. This is a 450 horsepower Cummins ISL engine with 1,250 foot-pounds of torque, so that will crush some mountains. Down below you have a 15,000-pound tow hitch, and you do have the safe haul feature, which is air back here for air-activated brakes on your Toad. You can also get a shot. There's the camera right under the Dutch Star logo for the 360 cam. All right, moving on. This is our DEF fill on the driver's side of the coach. So you can do it from either side. That's actually a very rare feature in motorhomes. This is our sewer hose storage spot. Only sewer hoses go in there. That's it. All right. This coach does obviously have a tag axle, as you can see. It has what we call passive steering. So when you're going slow speeds around that tight parking lot, instead of scrubbing the tires across the parking lot, they actually turn like grocery cart wheels and just kind of follow the coach along. It's a great feature. Out here we have our whole house water filtration system in our wet bay. So every drop of water that comes through this coach does get filtered. We have a pull-out hose reel. This compartment is heated, so even our knife valves, our water, everything in this compartment is protected from the elements. So if the weather does get way below freezing, you're going to be okay. Spot for a paper towel holder out here, black tank flush. They went to a metal shower head last year, which is a lot better than the cheapo plastic one. We have a 50-foot, 50-amp shore power cord, also on a power reel. That's so much easier than wrestling that thing. This is our Oasis heating system. This is the system that is our primary heating for the coach and heats all of our water. Again, we have separate video out there on this, so I'm not going to waste a lot of time with a dwindling battery on that. Here's our pull-out tray from this side. This other large pass-through from this side. Our 8 AGM batteries on a pull-out tray. So those batteries never need water. Don't have to check on them. Okay. I told you fuel could be filled from either side. Oh, we missed the camera over here. Right under the light, the security light, you'll see the 360 camera for this side. It's in the same spot on the door side as well. And then up here, these are just some Spartan chassis, fuses up in this compartment is what we have up there. You could store a little something down in the bottom, but obviously, primarily, this is a service compartment. All right, so that covers the outside of the coach. I have one more thing I want to show you. Be right back. Okay, so a lot of times the coaches are parked in a place where it's not easy for me to demonstrate awnings. This one's actually in a really good spot for me to show the awnings. Talk to you about the awning packages that we put on them and why we chose that, and kind of take it from there. So we chose to go with manual window awnings on the coach, which is what you see here. And the reason for that is mainly price, but also I think the more motorized stuff you have, the more motorized stuff you have that can go wrong. So I kind of like the idea of the simplicity of these. These awnings are so stinking easy. All you do to pull them out, they take literally 5 seconds each. And when you want to put it up, you just grab it here, you grab your little wand. Wasn't that difficult? So for the price difference, which ends up being like $5,000 to $6,000 difference to go with manual awnings as opposed to power awnings on the windows, we really like this option better. So we even throw in your own free stick. All right, let's talk about the main entry awning, or I'm sorry, your main awnings on your coach. So this has the Girard awnings built in. They're not bolted to the side of the coach like you see a lot. They're in that top rail up there. They're molded into the side of the coach. And when you step back from this coach, I don't care how far back you get, you cannot see the air conditioners on this coach. So it's just a much better line. Go ahead, back up for a little while, Troy. Doesn't matter, because the awnings stick up on either side about the same height as the air conditioners. You can't see them, and it's just a much better looking coach than having those big lumps sticking up on the side. So let's take a look at these awnings. These are, of course, power. They're remote control. There we go. So these awnings, I like the fact you don't have to stand there and hold the button once you get them started. They kind of do it on their own. They do have motion detection built into them, so if it's getting really breezy, they will bring themselves back in. But understand, these Girard awnings are extremely expensive. If it's windy outside, if you notice them going up even before the wind sensor, the motion sensor has a chance to bring them in, you should get up and bring them in yourself. You don't want to be replacing these. That would not be a good day. We did option in the Nova Girard awnings. You know, they come standard with the G2000s, but the Nova awnings kind of bend in the middle, as you can see there. That gives you that extra shade, and then there's an LED light strip built in all the way down. So look how much awning space you end up with in this coach. It's a tremendous amount, but wait, there's more. You also have that little over the door awning. See that? It's not all the way out yet. There we go. There we go. So you can step out of your coach, not get rained on, step right over here, have the whole side of your coach for your family, your favorite chairs, watch TV out here if you want to. Another feature we didn't talk about, and again, this is a very high-end diesel feature, is all of these doors have power locks on them. You know, normally, and when I was growing up in RVs, when you got where you were going, that was the pain in the butt thing, because you had to go around. The locks didn't work very well. They're a pain in the butt to go around and unlock every single one, and then before you took off, you had to go reverse process. Well, you can lock and unlock those doors by pressing in your code here, or there's a remote, or there's a little button right inside the door here. Simple as can be. I love that feature, lock and unlock them all right here. This also will lock and unlock your main entry door, and you have a doorbell. What else could you want? So that's it. We're going to wrap it up there. I'll answer any questions you want. Please give me a call. 1-800-899-6676. Mount Comfort RV. My name is Chris Anderson. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.